I personally don't need you doing the hanky-panky in the first book, but that's just my desire. I like a really good slow burn. I like a really good build-up. And then when it finally happens, you're like, yes, this is exactly what we wanted. Hey to all my book lovers and fellow book dragons. If you're new here, hi, my name is Meredith and welcome to my channel. We're going to be talking about one of my favorite things on today's video, which is a library haul, and we're going to discuss all of these books that I've recently checked out. These books are in no particular order. I'm just going to be talking about them in the order that they're literally stacked up. So the first book that we're going to talk about is Angel's Blood by Nalini Singh. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. I have started this. I am probably about 30% through this book. I'm on chapter 16. This is a series. This is a series that I heard another booktuber talk about, and so I was interested in picking it up and trying it out. This, I think, I could be wrong. I know it's the early 2000s that this was published, so that's really what intrigued me, is trying to read some of the older published fantasy books. I don't go off of just what books are rated, unless they're like really bad rating, like below 3 stars. But I think this is like a 3.8 maybe on Fable. But then the other books in the series are all like 4-star ratings or higher. So I am going to, this is not my favorite so far. I'm not feeling it. It's taking me a little while. It's dragging. And it's not that, I don't know, the writing's different. But that's also, it intrigues me because that's why I wanted to read it, was to see what adult fantasy was written like back in the day. So I'm going to continue it. It's not my favorite so far, but I am going to continue with the series regardless. And I did have to renew this from the library because this was on my library haul from last month. I do not know if I talked about it in my last month's video, but I did get this book last month and I did have to renew it because I had so many other books I was reading. And then when I did start reading this, right before it was due back, it was just taking so long. It was dragging. I just did not want to pick it up. And I hate that because I have another book I'm also reading that I do not want to continue. And I'm almost done with it. 5% left. But like, I'm ready to just dive into something that's really, really good. Hopefully I'll finish this here soon. So the next book that I want to talk about, I am super excited to read this book. This is The Poet Empress by Shen Tao. I have heard amazing things about this novel. It is a standalone, so that is fun. And this is from the library. It's a brand new read. I am the first one. Actually, the librarian told me I was the first one. They just received this book when I went to the library. Look how, now I can't I can't completely show you the entire thing because the way library books are made, they don't this is like stuck on there, but look how beautiful. I hope that I can show it to you. But that is so beautiful. In the back, if this ends up being a really good book and I love it as much as people are raving about it, I'm definitely going to get this book for my bookshelf. And then it's just like pretty gilded sprayed edges, but it's just so beautiful and I'm so excited. Like I said, I hear that this is heart-wrenching. I don't know if there's any romance. I know it's fantasy. I do not know if I know it's not romantasy, but there might be a subplot of romance. I'm really not sure. But the back of the book says, how to write a love poem for someone I hated so deeply. With every drop of blood in my veins. How to do it so convincingly that even the ancestors believed it. Those were the questions I had to grapple with if I wanted to kill Taryn. Questions that had no easy answers, but I had to find them for both my own survival and the nation's, and I had to find them fast. So just that just sounds amazing. So I do want to go into this. I'm not going to read the synopsis because I do want to go into this blind, and I'm so excited to read it. So that's that for that book. I am super excited. I'm actually excited for all these books. I'm very happy about this haul because these are all books that I am dying to read. And like I said, I have been on a struggle bus with reading because I've just been reading some stuff that is taking forever to get through because it just hasn't been that fun. But this is the second book in the Fuck of the Air trilogy. The Cruel Prince was the first book. This is The Wicked King. I am very excited to continue on with this story, and I am doing a reading vlog with this trilogy, so that's going to be exciting to continue with that as well. And honestly, there is such an easy read. Not necessarily because it's YA, but it is YA, and it's such an easy read. I could read this in a weekend. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to the subplot of the romance to continue and grow in this second book. This next book, there's so many things that I need to be reading right now before I read this book. Things that are of a priority for my YouTube channel, but I really want to read this book, and I don't know. We'll see how the reading vibes and the feels go, but I'm excited for The Clockwork Prince, which this is the second book in the Infernal Devices trilogy. You guys, what was the first one called? Is it on here? Clockwork Angel. That was the first book in this trilogy. Now this is like a whole Shadowhunters Chronicles universe. You need to read The City of Bones, it's on the back, that's all I know. City of Bones, City of Ashes, and City of Glass, and then you jump into this trilogy, 3 books in this trilogy, and then you go back to the Mortal Instrument series, and you'll finish up with City of Fallen Angels, and then there's 2 other ones, which I don't know if this book will have that information in it or not. It doesn't look like it, but it's a it's not all in here. It's a really good series, in my opinion. It is YA, and you really have to let it, you need to let it cook, because when you start the Mortal, it's the Mortal, I was
thinking Immortal, but no, it's the Mortal Instrument series. When you first start the Mortal Instrument series, and it's definitely kind of, I wouldn't say kinky, but it's kind of, it's strange there for a minute, and you're like, hold up, what's about to happen? But it's nothing like what you think at all. So, like I said, you just let it cook, and it gets really good. I absolutely love this series. I love this world. I love the world building, the magic. There's so much in the fantasy. Like, there's vampires, there's werewolves, there's warlocks, there's angels, there's demons, there's anything and everything that you could possibly think of. It's an urban fantasy. Now City of Bones is based in New York. This is actually based in London, which I love. Our MMC has a British accent, so that is so much fun. Our FMC is from New York, and so she is an American. I love the MMC from the first book, and it's definitely, I wasn't sure at first, because I went into this blind. Now, I did not read like I was supposed to. I started the Mortal Instrument series, and I went into it all the way until the last book in the series, which there are 6 books. And I started reading it, and it's a big, chunky book. And at that time, I was slowly going through it, and I was in a reading funk anyway. But then I realized there are other people in the story, and I was like, who are these people? And then it took me a minute, and then I realized, oh, that's this trilogy. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna quit reading this, I'm gonna go back into this so that I can have a satisfying ending to to that couple. So, but I can't remember who the FMC ends up with. So there's a love triangle, obviously. But I'm really hoping she's going to end up with who I want her to end up with. But anyway, I've just loved it. I ate this book up. It is YA, and they do feel young because I think they're like 15. But to me, that doesn't even matter because the yearning and just the fact the MMC, he's clearly got a secret of some kind because he's so broken. And I just loved him. I loved him so much. I loved his banter, and I just loved his reaction to everything in life and to every single character that he ever interacted with. He was just great. So I am very excited to carry on with this trilogy and to carry on with the entire series. And you know what? Once I finish reading that, I might do just some huge book discussion of the entire Shadow Chronicles. And I will definitely eventually want all of these books on my bookshelf. So that's all I have to say. I had a lot to say about this book, but I'm excited. Super, if you can't tell. For my last book that we're going to talk about, but she's definitely not the least, we are going to discuss the Mime Order. You guys, I just randomly picked up the Bone Season. I just saw it on the shelf. They had the little fantasy sticker at my library to label it. And I was like, what is this? I have not seen anyone talk about this book. At first, I just thought it was a standalone. Then I realized it was a series. And it was so good. It was so different. The world, the magic system, the characters, the FMC who was not taking crap from nobody. It was just so good. It was not romance at all till like the very end, we get a kiss. I love, especially if you're gonna have a series, I love when that happens. I personally don't need you doing the hanky-panky in the first book, but that's just my desire. I like a really good slow burn. I like a really good build-up, and then when it finally happens, you're like, yes, this is exactly what we wanted. So I'm hoping that this series is going to be like that. I don't even know, with the way that the Bone Season ended, I don't even know what's gonna happen with all of this. Like, it was just crazy. There's so much potential of what this series could turn into. I don't even know, because like I said, I went into this and I read the synopsis, and when I read the Bone Season and then the book turned into what it turned into, I was like, oh, I was not expecting that. So it was really good. I don't want to give too much because I don't want to spoil it. I think you should go into this series blind. But like I said, I'm super excited to read this too. Super excited to see where this goes. But if you are mainly a romantic-y girly and you don't like a build-up and you don't like when things need to cook, if you like the rushing of the spiciness and the love and all of that, then I do not recommend this. But if you are a fantasy girly and you like for things to slow cook, slow burn, then as of right now, I only read the first book, but I am recommending it. And so I'm excited, really excited to read these. I have thought about, because this is just how I am, I'm almost done with my beach reading summer vlog. I have one book and I'm going to do that this week. I'm actually probably going to start the book right after I finish doing this video. But then I have this trilogy that I am doing a reading vlog for. And I am also doing a duology reading vlog for Frost and Nectar duology. I'm very excited to do that. But I also thought about, and I haven't decided because I don't want to overwhelm myself, but also, like, I don't have to post all this all in 1 month, you know? This stuff can be processed, but I'm still learning how to balance everything. But I thought about doing a reading vlog on these two books because they're both the second books in like considerably a series, even though this is a trilogy, and I think this is like at least 6 or 7 books. I don't even think there's a book coming out like this year in this series. But I thought about doing that. And I also, because I plan on reading Between Tides and Thunder, I think that's what it's called. And that's a standalone. And I thought about doing this one, but with that and doing a reading vlog with that. But also I thought about maybe I'll read those almost at like the end of August going into September and do a couple of standalones and maybe have some fall vibes with that. I'm not sure about that yet, but that's what I'm thinking about doing with these books. I'll just, if you see a reading vlog, you'll see a reading vlog. If not, then you know that I didn't do it. So anyway, that is it for my library haul. I am very happy. I walked out of that library so excited. I actually have like a mini library vlog that's supposed to post today, and hopefully it'll go well. But anyway, so that's really all I have to say to you guys, and I'm excited to talk about books and to talk about the library books that I have. If you like videos like this, then give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, let me know what you are currently reading, and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell for the next time you know that I post. I don't think I said that correctly, but you get the idea. So anyways, I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next one.